Hello, my name's Anthony. Welcome to this episode of Performance Classics. I think we're on to episode 3 now, or part 3, of getting the escort cosworth back on the road. So, in this episode, I'm going to remove the air filter, clean that up. I'm also going to hopefully change the oil. It does have a little bit of a oil leak from the sump, but it's had that ever since I got it, so I'm just going to go underneath with the ratchet extension and a 10mm and just make sure the sump is tight, because you never know, it might just be slightly loose, and just nipping it up will just stop it leaking that little bit. Eventually in the future I do want to take the engine gearbox out. There is a couple of jobs that need done with the engine out, mainly the cam belt, which I'm going to check today, because I've only ever done the cam belt on it once, and I've had the car 18 years and I done it when I first got it, so it's probably best I check that. Although the car has only done 10,000 miles on that cam belt, so it hasn't done a lot really. So I'll get set up and we'll get underneath and we'll just check the sump bolts and we'll go from there. Right, so we're here under the car. We'll check all these sump bolts. So there's a mixture of 8mm and 10mm. So I've got the wobbly on the end of the extension there. We'll just go around and check them. Yeah, it's tight. There's another 10. Another 10 here. Bit of a nip on that one. Yeah, getting a bit of a nip. Not a lot though. Have to change over to the 8mm. In fact, I maybe don't need the wobble on here. I'm getting a bit of a turn on them. Need the wobbly again. There is a couple slightly loose. Well, they're loose. I'm just getting a bit of a nip on them all. It's so much easier with a lift. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of movement on them. Oh, that one was quite slack. Must just be the sheer power trying to get out. I don't know how tight they're supposed to be, but they're only 8mm bolts, so can't be too tight, I wouldn't have thought. Oh, I've lost me wobbly now. Take the wobbly off. They are a bit loose. I wonder if it's just because it's got the diff hanging off it as well. $10mm. Wobbly back on. Well, I did get a bit of a nip on them. You can only see in time if that's helped or not. You can actually see the 200 cell cat from here. I put that in a couple of years ago. Put a V-band clamp there as well, just to make it easier to take the exhaust off. Yeah, right, we'll move on to the next task. Right, so I've got the top bolts out for the cam belt cover, and there's one at the bottom here, just here, as you can see there. So I'll get that removed, and hopefully I'll be able to lift the cam belt cover out and we'll be able to have a look at the cam belt. Well, I can't get the cover out without stripping it out majorly. I think I've got to take the water pump pulley off and everything. But I don't really want to do that, so when you look in there, the belt does still look okay. No cracks in it or anything like that. Just seem tensioned okay. So I'm just going to leave it for now. Like I say, I want to take the engine out and do a few jobs at once. Mainly the cam belt and the aircon pump. I need to get the aircon pump refurbed because this was a second-hand one. I actually got it off a lad that was local to me. I actually got all the aircon system off his, I think it was a big turbo Escort Cosworth, and I've had this sitting for years. The original one off the car, the magnetic clutch on the end stopped working on mine, and I put this one on, and this one actually leaks out the body, so I'll have to either send both away and make one out of two, or send one away and get it refurbed. But that's one of the other jobs I want to tackle. Obviously the sump, although I have nipped it up today, that should hopefully stop it leaking as much as it was. So move on to the next task. Right there, I've got the car running just to warm the oil up a bit. I've also got my extract running, then it doesn't kill me, so I'll let it get warmed up a little bit. Just get a bit of heat into it, and then I can get the oil drained, and then we can get the good stuff put into it. Mobile 1 1060, so we'll get it warmed up, get it drained out, and I'll pick you back up when I'm draining it. Right, so we've got the oil draining there. Doesn't look too bad, but it wouldn't because it's done no miles. I think I changed it a couple of years ago, and then I never really used the car. Well, obviously I never, because it's not done any miles or been MOT'd, so that's that draining. So next, I need to remove the oil filter that's up there. Bit of a tight spot, but doable, so I'll get that out, and then I'll pick back up probably in a couple of seconds for you. Right then, put the oil filter off. As you can see there, I've got the oil filter off. Oh, I didn't know that's where the oil pressure switch is. So while that's draining, as you can see, sounds like it's having a pee. I'll carry on and remove the air filter, and then I can get it Get it sprayed with the cleaning solution, and then get it cleaned up for the first time. So we'll get it removed now. We'll spray it with the solution, because you've got to let the cleaning solution sit on it for 10 minutes, it says in the instructions. So I've got that off there. Like that. So I've got the filter cleaner there. So I'll just remove that clamp. And then we'll get this solution sprayed on. Like that. We'll leave that for 10 minutes like it says. Then I'll go and rinse it out with warm water. While I'm waiting for that, I'll get the oil filter on. Actually, before I put the oil filter on, I think I'm going to clean the earth point. So there's an earth point up there. That earth point there on that Bellhausen bolt. I'm going to remove that bolt and clean the earth up. Just because it never seems to charge over 14 volts, and I was just wondering if it's got a bad earth, so I'm going to clean that up while I'm here as well. So I'll pick up with you in a minute or two. Right then, that's the oil drained into there, obviously. Sump plug back in, torqued up. Oil filter on. Obviously the sump plug's done to the correct torque setting. Click.
I wouldn't mind so much, but he's got some of the best torque wrenches money can buy.
So now, just need to put the oil in. So we'll get you set up here. I'll show you my awesome pouring skills. I don't know how much it takes, but this is a 5 litre tub, so we can probably put most of this in. It actually flows more than I thought it would. I thought it would be like treacle. I would say this is probably the best oil I've ever put in it. I just used to use the Ford stuff back in the day when I first got it, so. And then after that I didn't really use it. I think I've only changed the oil once in the last 10 years, but obviously the car hasn't been used, so we'll get this put in, get it fired up. Oh, I've washed the oil filter out as well. Sorry, not the oil filter, the air filter. Washed it out in cold water as it says in the instructions. So that's just sitting in the sink, drying off a bit. I'll probably have to leave it on the radiator for a bit to dry it out, and then I can put the protection oil on it, filter out all the dust and everything. Was taking too long. How much is that I've put in there? So I've put about 3.5 litres in there. Let's check it on the dipstick. The car is more or less sitting level, so I should be able to check it. Quick wipe off. And back in. So we're just on the max there. So hopefully when it starts up, it should drop down and be at the correct level. Right then, so I'm going to end this video here. We've accomplished quite a few things. We've tightened the sump up. Hopefully that helps the oil leak. I don't think it'll stop it. Some of the bolts were a little bit loose, they did get a bit of a turn on them, so hopefully that's tightened that up. We've also done the oil and filter. I've checked the level, as you'll see here with the picture. Also checked the cam belt. Cam belt looks okay for now, although it has been on a long time. It's only done 10,000 miles with that cam belt on, so the belt doesn't look cracked or anything. So I'm just on with removing a bit of wiring here. I did have HIDs fitted to it, HID headlights, so I'm going to remove that because it's a bit old now and you can get LED equivalents, which is a lot better, and you don't have to run this wire across to the other side to work the other ballast and everything like that. So I'm going to remove all that. Obviously, like I said in the last video, I do my videos a bit different where I show what I'm doing. I know Craig likes to do his a little bit different where he does the work and then talks about it afterwards. I like to show what I'm doing. I think it makes it a bit more involved for the viewer. So if you'd like to make a comment on that and just say what you think, put it in the comments below, and we'll leave it here. So I'd just like to thank you for watching this episode. Hopefully there'll be another one of it, maybe a driving one in the future, near future. So I'd just like to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da.